Supersubs Show.
We're back here again, another Super Subs episode, number unknown. It's been a couple
12,
weeks.
11.
Finals. Bennett got sick. Second doses of the vaccine. But we're back, and the season's over.
Yeah, we missed kind of the fun part of the season, but now we get to talk about it. I think this is our first public in-person recording. We did one way back in the day just to test things out. That never saw the light of day, I don't think. So it feels good to not be talking directly to you on a screen. So
Yeah, it's nice to be back in person.
yeah, for sure. Safely. So we are going to go over all 5 leagues, right? That's
I
the
think
goal
so.
for now. The 5 major European leagues, I guess we should specify.
Yeah. And stay tuned because we're coming out with new videos. We got this video. We're going to have a transfer rumors video coming up. We're going to have a Euros preview coming up. And we're going to have an MLS update coming up. And we're going to have a special episode that we're not going to disclose at this time. So we got a lot going on.
I don't
guys.
even know what that is. Well, I think I know what that is, but I think there's 2. Anyway, I think we have 2 special episodes.
Oh, yeah.
Don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, whoa, we're going to have like 20 episodes by the
Stay
end.
glued to this channel.
We're back. We missed a few weeks. We're making up for it. So, I have a bunch of notes here. I think, where do you want to start as far as the leagues go? Do you have a preference here?
I don't care. Should we start with the Bundesliga?
Yeah, the least, whatever, intriguing one, I guess. So Bayern won the Bundesliga this year. They've won it 9 times in a row. And then behind them was Leipzig, Dortmund, then Wolfsburg, then Frankfurt, then Leverkusen. So, I mean, initial thoughts, I'm like, yeah, sounds about right. Dortmund in the Champions League spot. Wolfsburg snuck into a Champions League spot, which is a huge accomplishment for them and our American center back, John Brooks. But other than that,
Johnny B.
The best celebration ever in a World Cup game from John Brooks. But, well, I mean, what are you thinking? I think I don't have much to say about this.
Yeah, I mean, it's exactly what you expected. I think the 2 biggest stories are Dortmund weaseled their way into a Champions League spot.
Yep.
They were in 6th, and then they won a bunch of games at the end of the season to get in the Champions League, and then also Schalke got relegated. Schalke was a pretty consistent Champions League team for 5 years.
Yep.
And they spent a bunch of money. They were like, oh, we're going to be Champions League every year. And then they got relegated from the Bundesliga, which isn't exactly there are some bad teams in the Bundesliga.
There are some really bad. I mean, okay, we got to be relevant or stay relative or whatever. But yeah, there's some teams that I've never really heard of in the Bundesliga, to be completely honest, that have never played in Europe.
Yeah.
So that's a big deal. Werder Bremen were also relegated, which is they both have Americans on both those teams. So that's pretty unfortunate. But
Is that Josh Sargent's on that team?
Josh Sargent, yep, and then Matthew Hoppe, who he might
he's
just be
on Schalke.
a one-hit wonder, but he is on Schalke, yeah. But Lewandowski was the highest goal scorer in Europe with 41 goals.
Oh yeah,
out of all the top 5 leagues, that's a new Bundesliga record, I think. Holland had 28. He was the next closest, which is still pretty impressive because, as you mentioned, he missed a lot of the season.
Yeah, he did miss a lot of the season. He missed 2.5 months, which can be a long time. And they also were missing Jadon Sancho and Marco Reus for a number of months, which is obviously that hurts because those 2 are going to be feeding Holland goals. Totally.
Yeah, and he still managed to put up 28. So I don't know if we care about assists and stuff, but Thomas Muller led the league in assists. Bayern were top 3 in the league for passes, shots, goals, crosses, penalties, and sprints, and their players led the league in assists and goals. And they scored 99 goals, which is almost 3 per game.
Yeah, that's tough.
So I mean, it wasn't even it's ridiculous.
You can't beat that.
Yep. And Schalke had the most own goals with 5. 5 own goals on the season. One of their players had 2, I'm pretty sure.
What do you mean?
Come on now. So that's the Bundesliga. Frankfurt and Leverkusen will be playing in the Europa League next year. And Wolfsburg will be playing in the Champions League. But other than that, pretty
what
expected.
We expected.
Yeah, pretty typical. At least exciting to most exciting, maybe we say La Liga.
Let's do La Liga.
La Liga. Okay, so Atletico won La Liga this year. Congratulations, Atletico. They're the first team who isn't Barca or Real to win it since 2013, 2014.
Yeah, wow. Huge accomplishment.
Yeah, pretty crazy. I mean, we talked about Suarez leaving Barca because they said he was too old, and then scoring. How many goals did he score this year?
16, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, that's a good season.
That's a good number.
Yeah. So.
And then they won the league, so Messi is at home crying.
Dude, poor Matt. We'll talk. I mean, okay, so Barcelona finished third, just behind Real Madrid, and then Sevilla. Oh, and are we going to talk about the? We might as well mention the Europa League, actually.
Yeah,
because
let's do it.
That's a big part of the season as well. But Sevilla finished in fourth, Real Sociedad, and then Real Betis or whatever were in sixth. I don't even know how to say that. But Villarreal, who just won the Europa League, they qualify for Champions League.
Oh, they do?
They do, because I saw an article today saying there's going to be 5 La Liga teams in the Champions League, because that's what Sevilla did this past year, isn't it?
Oh.
I think so.
Aren't they like in 13th place in La Liga?
Valencia.
No, that's Valencia.
That's Valencia. But Villarreal, I don't know. They didn't finish in the top 6, so they wouldn't have been in Europe. So beating Manchester United was actually in the Europa League final was massive for them.
And if you haven't seen those highlights,
oh my gosh,
it went to penalties. The penalties went on forever. Great penalties. Got all the way to the keepers.
And we're not going to tell you what happened. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. Yeah, keepers took the penalties.
Yeah, go watch it.
Yeah.
Crazy
There were
game.
22 penalties taken, right?
Yeah.
Ridiculous. 22. Yeah, okay. So, anyway, Atletico finished in first. Real Madrid had a good season. They lost the title by 2 points. Barcelona, Messi scored 30 goals, was just so good again. He's always good. But they kind of just pooped and out in third. They kind of just. And I don't think third is a very impressive finish for Barca. I mean, people can debate that, but they led the league in goals, passes, and shots on goal, though, which is interesting.
Especially though, like third in La Liga, and then they didn't win either of the Italian trophies, and they had a pretty disappointing Champions League.
The Italian trophies.
Or the Spanish trophies.
They did. They won the Copa del Rey.
Oh, they did?
I think so.
Oh.
I think they won. They did win one trophy. I think it was the Copa del Rey.
Oh, it's Real who didn't win any trophies.
Okay. So actually, maybe a more disappointing season for Real.
Yeah. All right.
And they lost their manager. Well, so did Barca, didn't they?
They're in talks.
Okay. So anyway, so the top scorer was Messi, like I said, and Gerard Moreno, who plays for Villarreal, who just won the Europa League, and Karim Benzema both had 23. And Leo Messi had 67 chances created, which is the highest in the league. So he scored 30 goals. I don't remember how many assists he had. It was less than 9. But he had 67 chances.
Because his team can't finish.
Yeah. I mean, you got Dembele and Griezmann. You're not going to be finishing all those Frenchmen. I'm telling you.
Pedri.
Yeah. I mean, who else?
Frankie De Jong.
Who's the Braithwaite?
Martin Braithwaite.
Yeah. I don't know. He gets a lot of hate, but
I don't think he got called up for the Euros.
For Denmark? Dude, he had to have.
I don't know, dude. I think I saw something that said he didn't.
Ouch. I mean, he's getting a little old,
Might be because he was injured. He's been injured like the last couple months, right? I don't know.
That's probably why Barca didn't win the league.
That explains it.
So, yeah, that's La Liga. I think overall, I'm excited. They're going to be on ESPN Plus this next year. So I'm actually going to be able to watch a lot of those games. I think I watched the highlights from a lot of these games, but I didn't really watch the season that much.
ESPN Plus is buying up all the soccer rights. Their hosts are bad. Their shows are bad. Their editing on highlight videos are bad.
You know what else I hate?
What?
So ESPN FC on YouTube, they always do the most clickbaity.
Oh my god,
dude! Tell me, bro, the clickbait. It's like
so
the
annoying.
Premier League will post like Aston Villa versus Chelsea, and then ESPN is like, "You'll never believe Ronaldo's goal that seals a 2-1 victory." I'm like, dude, shut up! Oh my gosh. So, yeah.
Or like, should Harry Kane go to Manchester United or Manchester City?
It's like, just stop.
It's like, bro,
dude, stop. Yeah. So bittersweet. I mean, you can just watch it without the sound, I guess. Watch all the stream all the games without the sound, but yeah, we'll be able to watch La Liga on ESPN Plus next year. So that's
let's move on to the third of the big three leagues, Ligue 1.
Dude, you're losing your brain right now. The third of the big three? Yeah. Let's move on to the fourth of the big seven. We're going to go with Ligue 1. Who won Ligue 1 this year, Sam?
Lille.
No way! Yes, they did. They haven't won since 2010, 2011. And before that, the last time they won it was 1954. My parents weren't even born.
Did you see they're like already in trouble though for financial fair play? Like they have to sell. They have to basically sell all their players because they like spent too much money.
No, dude. They don't even. Who did they spend all their money on?
I don't know.
Tim
But
Weah?
their goalie actually already signed for AC Milan.
Mike Magnon. Oh, and AC Milan. Okay, we'll get to that.
Because Donnarumma's.
Yeah, we got to get to that in our other.
We'll
episode,
cover that
yeah.
in the transfer rumors. So stick around. Maybe click the link below if it's already up. Check it out.
Yeah, it might be out. So Lille finished top of the league. PSG had won 7 of the last 8. C's, are you good?
Didn't Lille win like 7 of the last 8 too?
No, sorry. PSG had won 7 of the last 8 seasons. So they've been doing really well, but they both cleaned up at the end. I mean, it was like win. They were like just going back and forth, winning every game pretty much. And PSG only finished 1 point behind Lille, so that was actually a pretty crazy race. Monaco finished in third, and they're going into something new for next year for the Champions League called the Champions League qualifiers. That is 53 to 55 teams that can fight to qualify for Champions League football.
I don't fully understand what the new setup is going to be for next year. I've been like trying to figure it out, but haven't really been able to find much on it. So maybe we'll explain that in the next video once we wrap our heads around it.
Yeah, we talked about it in that Super League episode too, and but we didn't really. It's confusing. Anyway, Marseille finished in Lyon and Marseille finished in 4th and 5th, so they'll be playing in the Europa League. So the Europa League is going to be kind of busted next year. There's a lot of good teams that are going to be in there.
Spurs aren't even going to be in it.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get to that. Anyway, Mbappe was the top scorer with 27, which is kind of interesting because if we look at like the other leagues, they had, well, I mean, I guess La Liga only had 30 as their top scorer, but anyway, Mbappe was also injured for part of the season, and Ben Yedder and Depay both had 20 goals. And Depay also led the league in assists with 12.
Good season for Depay.
Yeah. So, and he plays for Lyon. So, assuming he doesn't leave, which he might, he'll be playing in the Europa League. You think he's going to leave?
I think it depends.
Yeah.
Because I think Barcelona have to sell people.
Oh, you think he's going to go? Well, okay. Sorry, we can't get into the transfer talk. I think we got to save it.
Yeah.
I think we got to keep the people on the edge of their seat.
All right, we'll save it.
So anyway, Lille had the best defense this season. They only conceded 23 goals.
Yeah, Lille was tasty. That's all there is to it, and they win. Congratulations.
Yeah, and they don't even have they don't really have any like superstar defenders. They just, I guess, were really good with the clean sheets and stuff. Anyway, there were 1,452 yellow cards this year, which is almost 4 per match.
There were a ton of games where it was like 5 red cards.
I thought that was
like
funny.
4 red cards.
Yeah.
And they were all like, and then like 10 yellow cards, 15 yellow cards.
Yeah. So I thought that was just a funny stat that there was almost 1,500 yellow cards in this one season.
Crazy.
So anyway, but yeah, Lille kind of broke the mold and won after a long streak of PSG and Monaco, I guess. Winning.
What does that mean for Mauricio Pochettino?
You tell me, Mr. Poch fanboy.
We'll find out in the transfer rumors episode.
Let's go. Yeah, it's not just players. We'll be talking about managers too. So.
All right. Moving on. Serie A.
Yes.
The Italian league.
Yes.
The 4th of the 5 big leagues we're going to talk about. Did I get everything right there?
No, that was good. Those are good. Yeah.
Can you tell I've been on vacation and haven't been using my brain the last 2 weeks?
Yes,
Click.
They can tell. I'm sure they can tell. But yes, you got that right.
Okay.
Serie A is the Italian league and is the 4th out of the 5 big teams that we're going to be talking about. And Inter, for the first time since 2010, 2011, they are the first team to win since. How do I say this? Juventus have won every league.
Juventus has won 9 in a row, I think.
Thank you. Yeah, they've won every single year since 2010, 2011. Actually, AC Milan won in 2010, 2011.
Okay,
so Juventus have won every year past that up until this year. So, yeah, you're right.
They've won a lot of times in a row.
Thank you.
And now they didn't win. Not only did they didn't win, They got fourth.
Yeah, they barely got fourth.
They squeaked into fourth on the last day.
Squeaked into fourth. Yeah, so Napoli, what happened? Napoli lost and Juve won.
They drew. Napoli drew.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was in their favor, Napoli's favor, to probably stay up. But Inter got first. AC Milan got second. They haven't played in the Champions League since 2013. So, but it sounds like another little hint here. They're losing some players, and there's going to be some reorganization there, it sounds like. So Atalanta finished in third, which is sick. They're like a Champions League staple now.
Yeah, basically. A staple to lose in the group stages, but a staple nonetheless.
They were in the knockouts.
They were in the knockouts. I apologize.
Yeah, come on. Put some respect on Atalanta.
They made the knockouts, and then they got matched up against City and got clapped.
Was it City?
Or wait, was it
Real?
Madrid?
I think it was Real.
You're right.
But yeah, it's tough because.
Oh, they had that early red card that wasn't really a red card. And then they got screwed.
Yep. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, so whatever. They'll be back, though. They'll be back. Napoli finished in the Europa League spot with Lazio, who finished in sixth. And we were talking a little bit about Roma, and they're not playing in Europe next year. Yeah. So if you can't tell, we already had this conversation. We just completely fucked up the recording. So we've already talked about most of this stuff.
Oopsie whoopsie.
So, but this is a way better take. I mean, now we're we have more knowledge on the subject and
so much more knowledge, guys.
Ronaldo, top scorer, 29 goals. Do you know what that makes him?
The GOAT?
Yes. That also makes him the only player to be the top scorer in La Liga, the Premier League, and Serie A.
Damn.
Crazy. So he actually has been at Juve, 3 years now? I thought he had already been the top scorer, but he wasn't. He hadn't. So I think like Ilicic and Immobile. I think Immobile had a crazy season and beat him out. So
he had like 30-plus goals last season, I think.
He was fighting with Lewandowski. Yeah, they were like head to head for the Golden Boot. So Lukaku finished with 24, and the top assister was Malinowski, who plays for Atalanta. He had 12 assists, but Lukaku also had 11 assists.
Wow.
So great season for Lukaku. And then, Brozovic of Inter Milan covered the most distance, and he ran an average of 7 miles per match.
Wow.
So I thought that was an interesting stat. That's crazy. The Inter CDM. So, and then, other notable stuff. Zlatan only played 19 matches and scored 15 goals, which is a really, 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 really good ratio.
It's kind of like Bale, honestly. He scored a lot of goals and didn't play a ton of minutes. Yeah. And he's old.
And they both got the bun, bro. They're like the same dude. Who's next up in that category? Yazici? He's got the bun. Anyway. So I think Serie A, like another kind of, not a shocker, but another break in the dominance of Juve, which is good to see, I think. And
all that's left is for Bayern to lose next season, and then the runs are over.
Yeah, because PSG lost. Real Madrid and Barcelona both didn't win.
Yep.
I mean, the Premier League's kind of a toss-up, which is good. So we'll see what happens next year in the Bundesliga. But I bet Bayern are going to win again. That would be my guess. So,
safe bet.
Yeah. So,
shall we move on to the Premier League?
That's all we got left. Let's do it. This is probably, for us, this is what we pay the most attention to for sure. I watched a lot of these matches, even though Peacock sucks, and a lot of them I couldn't watch.
Fuck a Peacock.
Yeah, we don't like Peacock. We don't really like any of the streaming. Paramount Plus is fine. I will say Paramount Plus is fine because you get Europa and Champions League. So sponsor us, please. But that's what I'm talking about. Man City won the league. We all know that they won by 12 points. Wasn't even really close.
Every single person watching should know they won by 12 points.
Wait, why?
Because you just said we all know.
Oh, we all know that. Yeah, we all know it was
everyone
12
knows
points. I mean,
they
come
won
on.
by 12
It was not.
points.
There's no way it was 11 points. Like, we all know it was 12 points. Come on, guys. Sergio Aguero's leaving the club after 9-ish years, something like that. And he scored a brace on the last day, which is cool. And Martin Tyler, I think it was, did like the Aguero again, like he did it.
That made him. I think that he needed one goal to tie the most goals for any one club,
Right. Most goals by a player for one club in the Premier League.
So he scored one, tied with Wayne Rooney.
Yep.
And then he scored a second to become the sole leading goal scorer at one club in the Premier League.
In his last, and he came on as a sub.
272 or something. Just a very large number of goals
for one club. Yeah. And he came on as a sub. I think he came on in like the 50 or 60.
Or maybe
minute.
172.
I don't know. I actually have no idea. Ooh,
I think
is
it's
272 even
172.
possible in 9 years? It's possible, but it would be crazy.
I know that Kane has like 222 total, but not in the Premier League. That's in all competitions.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I'm not even going to try.
I don't think 272. I think it's 172.
Sounds about right-ish. Sure. Manchester United finished in second. They only lost 11 games, and 4 of those losses came in their the first 2 months. So they had a really, really just solid 3 quarters.
Yeah, good season.
End of the season. Liverpool somehow finished in third, which they won their last 5. They were in 8th or 9th last month.
Yeah, they won 8 of their last 10 and then drew the other 2. So they didn't lose in their last 10 games, which is
That's what you got to do.
Call them Drake because they flipped a switch.
Oh my. Yeah. So and I have some. Coincidentally, the 2 players who led the league in touches were both of their fullbacks. Alexander-Arnold and Andy Robertson led the league in touches more than any other midfielder or defender or anyone, which I thought was kind of crazy.
Because they were playing around their center backs.
They were just skipping that pass. They're like, I'm not playing it to who are those guys? They also
Ozan, Kazbak,
and Kabak,
Nate Phillips.
Yeah, and the young dudes too. I don't remember their names, but yeah, tough season for the Liverpool center backs. But they
Rye Williams. Yeah,
I think that's what I was saying. They squeaked out at third place. Chelsea finished in 4th, which I don't have much to say about that. Despite being a Chelsea supporter, I'm happy we qualified for the Champions League. But beyond that,
you're welcome. You could say thank you.
I'm not going to thank a mid-table team for us qualifying.
For saving your bacon?
Anyway, okay, Leicester finished in 5th. West Ham finished in 6th. Leicester on the last day again. Or was it in the last couple weeks missing out on the Champions League, which is just kind of sucks for them, but they're just not good enough. Are they better than Chelsea? I don't know. I don't think so.
I think they were better than Liverpool this year.
Yeah. Well, apparently not. I guess, but yeah, I think they're more consistent, right? And West Ham will be playing in Europa League, which is cool. You know, they could win it. I don't know. Could they?
Yeah, if they don't lose anyone.
Yeah, and they probably will. So stay tuned for that transfer episode. We'll be talking about
And Spurs finished above Arsenal.
Was it 7th? Was it 7th or?
Yeah, 7th place.
And then Arsenal finished in 8th, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So and the interesting thing is the top scorer in the league and top playmaker was Harry Kane. 23 goals.
Only 23 goals for the Golden Boot.
Yeah. It seems low, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So, yeah, compared to,
it was kind of a spread out season in terms of goals. Like, if you look at City, they have like 9 players who have between 7 and 13 goals.
Yeah, because Gundogan had like an unreal season. De Bruyne, Aguero was hurt most of the season. But anyway, yeah, so they don't even, Man City easily won the league. They don't even have the top 3 goal scorers. None of them play for City.
I don't even know if they have a top 5.
I think Son might be like 4th or 5th.
Yeah.
So they might not. Because they had goal scorers they had Mahrez, they had Phil Foden scoring goals, they had Gabriel Jesus scoring goals. They had Raheem Sterling scoring goals. So, another interesting stat that I'll just throw out there is the Pierre-Emile Højbjerg of Spurs and Rodrigo of Man City both had the most completed passes. So despite having less touches than both of the Liverpool fullbacks, they had the most passes completed. So
Gundogan was the only Man City player in the top 20 goal scorers.
That's unreal. I'm sure. I think Bamford was up there too.
Yeah, it's Kane, Salah, Bruno, Son, Bamford, Calvert-Lewin, Vardy, Ollie Watkins, then Gundogan, then Lacazette, Iheanacho, Callum Wilson, Danny Ings.
You know what I just noticed too? You haven't named a single Chelsea player either.
Yeah. I mean, that was definitely Chelsea's biggest weakness. I don't even know if they have... Let me keep going.
It would be Timo or Tammy. Dude, it might almost honestly be... Or... Who would it be? Oh, Jorginho? Is it? Dude, it's Jorginho. Yeah.
Jorginho is the leading Chelsea goal scorer with 7.
And he
and
never...
that's 44th. Joint 44th.
And he never scored a goal that wasn't a penalty. He only scored penalties. So that just tells you how shitty Chelsea's attack was this year. I think Pulisic had like 2.
It was fine. They just couldn't finish.
So it was not fine. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, the Premier League I think is going to be really, really fun to watch next year because United are super strong. I think Liverpool are going to be super strong. City are obviously going to be strong. I think Chelsea are going to be really good too.
Yeah.
I think this is a horrible season for Werner. I think he could maybe pick it up.
Dude, he didn't even do like he had 8 assists. That was the most for any Chelsea players. I know he like had a horrible year finishing, but like just considering how it seemed like Chelsea didn't like it seemed like Chelsea had a super good idea of what they wanted to do defensively and like what they were doing in kind of the defensive midfield, but they didn't seem to know like what they wanted to do attacking or like goal scoring, and there wasn't like really like they had like 10 people who were like going back and forth starting in those front 3 spots.
Yeah. Cuz Pulisic like he didn't play. There was a period where he didn't start for weeks and weeks, and then you think of like Ziyech, who there was months where he didn't really play.
Havertz, Tammy, Giroud,
Tammy hasn't.
Mason Mount.
Tammy hasn't even been at like at the beginning of the season he was in a lot, and then he was like hasn't even been a sub in like a month.
Yeah.
So and same with Giroud. He's been on the bench, but so that's going to be interesting. And then I honestly do think that Spurs and Arsenal are going to be solid next year. I think they're going to be good enough to at least challenge for the top 4.
I don't know, dude.
I think so.
I'm not sold on that.
I think when I look at, I think if Arsenal can shore up their defense a little bit, I think they remind me a little bit of like Chelsea on how they don't have like a out and out solid goal. I mean, they have Aubameyang, but they didn't.
They kind of wasted all their money
on Partey and
Pepe.
Did they buy Odegaard?
I think so. Odegaard was like their only good signing, I would say. They have in like the last year. Maybe David Luiz, you could say he was solid for them. Like he was bad, but like he was their best defender probably.
Yeah, okay, maybe. Besides like Tierney, but he was probably their best center back.
Yeah,
for sure.
Except I think Gabriel was injured for a while.
And they picked up Pablo Mari too, I think. Pablo Mari or whatever, who they have a lot of center backs.
It'll be harder. I think it'll be harder for them to have a season that is this bad again.
Yeah,
next
maybe
year.
that's a better way of me saying. Like, I don't think they're going to win the league or anything.
No.
But I think seeing Leicester and West Ham in 5th and 6th is a little bit like, I don't know. I just think Spurs are probably better than like, well, they're not. The season ended. It is what it is. Yeah. But I do think Spurs have the ability to be better than West Ham.
I mean, it all comes down to like the summer transfer window and like, are Spurs going to sell people or are they going to buy people? Because if they buy people, they're going to be really good. But if they sell people, then we're screwed.
Yeah, I think we have so much to talk about for the transfer window. Because I even think about like talking about Bale, just like that alone, like and figuring out where he's going to end up. Because they haven't bought him yet, right? They have not bought him.
No.
He's going back to Real as of right now. So I think that just about does it for the top 5 league recap.
Yep, that's about it for the top 5. Let us know what you think.
Boom.
Anything surprising? If not, we'll see you at the transfer rumors video. It's going to be a spicer.
It's going to be great. We're going to talk about, I mean, we might even talk about some MLS stuff. Like, there's going to be so much that we're talking about.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Daryl DK coming back to, where's he going to end up? Anyway, that's about it. I think that's it for this episode. So we'll see you next time. See ya.
Oh, hey there. Thanks for watching another video on the Supersubs channel. Make sure to click that like button and smash the subscribe button. See you next time.